Welcome to HDTV. You're now rocking with your boy. Hmm. Denmark to reinstate Denmark to reinstate the 1-9 passport after rise in infections. Denmark's government aims to reinstate the use of digital certificates known as the 1-9 passports to verify that the holder is that the holder is googly mooglied or has tested not having the googly moogly for the 1-9. Broadcasters TV2 reported on Monday, citing sources. The number of daily infections in the Nordic country has risen steadily to more than 2,000 in recent days from a low of just over 200 in mid September. So basically, they're saying that. They're basically saying that um, is rising in a lot of parts. So some places overseas are banning people from even coming in to eat don't have if they haven't taken the googly moogly. Now, to me, I feel like people shouldn't be forced to take the googly moogly, even though I've taken it. I feel like people shouldn't be forced to do this. I think people should have a choice. Now there's some countries overseas such as Austria and other places which are enforcing this to be taken because they're trying to get the numbers lowered. But also, they're not showing you the reports of people after they get the googly moogly, how a lot of them are still catching it and spreading it. And it's more from them. But they don't want to mess their agenda up. And the agenda isn't just in America, the agenda is everywhere. Like, shout out to King Magnus. He's even said this in Australia, these guys have an agenda going on. So all we could do is continue fighting, staying healthy, eating the right foods, taking care of yourself, try not to smoke or drink a lot, just do what you can. But at the end of the day, I think this is dumb that they're enforcing this. Now, Oprah Winfrey allegedly is furious after finding out Meghan Markle lied to her, a sketchy insider says. Now, Oprah is basically feuding with Prince Harry and Meghan Markle because a tabloid has come out to say that the media mogul feels betrayed after finding out the successes lied to her face. Ever since Prince Harry and Meghan Markle left their royal duties, they have relied on Oprah Winfrey's help and friendship, but that's all over now, according to Women's Day. This week, the tabloid reports Winfrey turned on Markle and Harry after she found out they had lied to her during their now infamous interview back in March. After the interview, outlets were quick to flag many of the successes statements as untrue. As soon as those headlines started coming out and Oprah learned that they either exaggerated or downright lied to her, she was furious, an inside source dishes. This puts a severe dent in Oprah's reputation as one of America's most skilled interviewers, and even now, almost 8 months later, it hasn't quite recovered. And after Markle visited a Harlem school where most of the children came from low income families while wearing a $20,000 outfit, Winfrey is calling their friendship off. American audience are starting to realize that Harry and Meghan aren't exactly practicing what they're constantly preaching, and people are beginning to turn on them. Another tipster explains Oprah knows she needs to distance herself from them for her own good. The tabloid points to recent comments from Winfrey about not having many friends as evidence of a rift between her and the successes. That was a rather pointed comment to make because until that point, everyone in Oprah's circle assumed she was extremely close with Meghan, but it seems that's changed, the tipster concluded. The story simply isn't true. First of all, Oprah hasn't distanced herself from the successes. Just a couple of months after her sit down with Markle and Harry, she teamed up with the Duke for another interview in the Apple Plus series, The Me You Can't See. Furthermore, Winfrey just gave Markle a shout out in her latest favorite things list. On the list was the superfood beverage collective Claire Blend Superlatis. Markle invested in the company a while ago and has been vocal about her love for the drinks. Winfrey wrote on her website, "My neighbor Megan introduced me to this woman led wellness brand. Not a day goes by without me sipping on the golden latte from this kit, which also comes with chai latte mixed in a little frother." Yeah, the name of it is Claire Blend Super Lattes. I said that wrong. You can add the mixes to smoothies for a flavor boost too. If she was really trying to distance herself from the successes, we doubt she'd be mentioning them by name in her business endeavors. Besides, Winfrey's reputation certainly isn't struggling. The mogul continues to be one of the biggest names in Hollywood, and her recent tell all interview with Adele is slated to premiere during the Superstars' highly anticipated concert special. It's obvious there was absolutely no truth to this story. This isn't the first time Women's Day has gotten it wrong about Markle. Last year, the outlet reported Markle told Harry she wouldn't let their children meet their British relatives ever again. Then the magazine alleged Markle wanted to star as Marvel's Captain Britain. And more recently, the publication claimed Markle was at war with her neighbor Katy Perry. Obviously, readers shouldn't trust Women's Day when it comes to the Duchess of Success. Princess Diana's personal hairdresser shares the story behind her signature do Meghan Markle. Hold on. Meghan Markle accused of using British title to lobby U.S. senators. Prince William walking thin line with climate talk while he is in danger of being too political. So all this blah 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 blah. Basically, to me, all of these people are phony. Oprah's been phony forever. she does everything to tear down black men, but if it has something to do with a black woman or of light skinned complexion or a white man, she always glorifies them. So to me, I don't believe she's distanced herself from them or anything like that, because why? These people pose no threat to her. Not only that, they don't hurt her brand, which is tear down the brother man while enhancing the other guys and the other man and the other woman. That's just how she's built. So you guys tell me what you think about it. I just think it's bogus that she's beefing with them. They're two light skinned people and one white. And I don't know. I just believe all of them are phony and full of crap. Now, what else? Okay. Here we go. Armed paramedic who was shot by Kyle Rittenhouse testifies he thought teen was an active shooter. I'm going to let him tell it.
I walked away with my life that night. Two people didn't.
Gage Grosskreutz is the only person to survive of the three people shot during protest in Kenosha, Wisconsin.
I think about the screams, about the gunshots. I think about everything all the time.
Grosskreutz says he arrived in Kenosha from Milwaukee deeply disturbed by this video of police shooting Jacob Blake in the back and concerned about a call to arms by a local militia on Facebook. The former paramedic says his goal was to provide medical care to anyone who needed it there. When he arrived on August 25th, he had no idea that 17-year-old Kyle Rittenhouse had also arrived from Illinois. He was also vowing to help people and protect businesses. Both had their cell phones. Both carried medical kits. Rittenhouse had a rifle. Were you also armed?
Absolutely. Like I said, I believe in the right to bear arms.
But that night, Rittenhouse used his firearm, while Grosskreutz had to use his medical kit on himself. This is just before the two came face to face. Rittenhouse is running down the street after his first deadly shooting that night. He falls. He shoots and misses one person. Anthony Huber hits Rittenhouse with a skateboard.
He shot that guy in the stomach.
Huber is shot and killed. 3 seconds later, Grosskreutz goes towards the shooter. He's shot.
I'm missing 90% of my bicep. I'm in constant pain, like excruciating pain that just doesn't go away.
Rittenhouse eventually walks towards police with his hands up, and police pass him by. His attorney says his client acted in self-defense.
The shooter walked away and got to sleep in their bed that night. Some people don't get that luxury.
2 people were taken to the morgue that night, and Grosskreutz was taken to the hospital in a police vehicle. What on earth got you to a point where you were chasing somebody who had a semi-automatic rifle?
We don't want to compromise the current criminal investigation against the shooter at this point in time, and unfortunately going into those details, it might do that.
Prosecutors have charged Rittenhouse with 2 homicides, attempted homicide, and use of a dangerous weapon. Under Wisconsin law, Rittenhouse is too young to legally possess a gun. But Grosskreutz says he's the one facing death threats for his actions that night.
I never fired my weapon that night.
Why not?
I was there to help people, not hurt people. I had a legal right to, 1, possess it, and 2, possess it concealed. I'm not an Antifa terrorist organizer. I'm a mid-20-year-old male. I go to school, and yeah, I exercise my First Amendment right to peacefully protest. Nobody should have been hurt or died that night. We're Americans. We're human beings. We're better than that.
But his attorney, Kimberly Motley, says she believes others are culpable in the triple shooting. For example, who gave Rittenhouse his weapon? And did anyone help him cross state lines? He is still in jail in Illinois. His extradition hearing is September 25th. Sarah Seidner, CNN, Kenosha. And did anyone help him cross state lines? He is still in jail in Illinois. His extradition hearing is September 25th. Who gave Rittenhouse his weapon? And did anyone
Did y'all hear that? Who gave him his weapon?
help him cross state lines? Kimberly Motley says she believes others are culpable in the triple shooting. For example, who gave Rittenhouse his weapon? And did
Hold on. DJ, mix that back. Mix that back.
But his attorney, Kimberly Motley, says she believes others are culpable in the triple shooting. For example, who gave Rittenhouse his weapon? And did anyone help him cross state lines? He is still in jail in Illinois. His extradition hearing is September 25th. Sarah Seidner, CNN, Kenosha.
CNN Kenosha. So Kyle Rittenhouse, all of his stick riders, who are nothing but pink folk who are overprivileged, are basically coming out and basically saying like, oh, well, he was in self-defense. But he's not allowed to have a gun in Wisconsin. I think the age is 21. I think he's 17, but the age is 21 in Wisconsin, I believe, to bear arms. I have to look at that again. Excuse me. Rittenhouse is 17, excuse me. So Gross Cruises, basically testified against him. So Rittenhouse is still standing trial, which he should. To me, he should go to jail for a long time. Because if this was a black man and he wasn't allowed to have a gun, he would have been shot by just even having the gun. And you guys can say, oh, you're just trying to race bait. This ain't race bait. This is real life. And you motherfuckers need to wake up and see that this kid was wrong. And to me, the people who should be prosecuted are the adults who gave him a gun and got him over the state lines of Wisconsin. Now, his friend was the one who purchased it for him, is saying. Um, so they're basically saying the evidence would show that he chased the people down. And the friend basically bought a firearm for him. So this case is going on. I'm still talking about it. I believe he should be guilty and should be charged. And those who brought him over to Wisconsin to give him a gun, they also should be charged. So let me know what you guys think about all three of those stories. This is the Deezy News Report. Thank you for coming by. Like, comment, subscribe, share this. Hit the notification bell to select all to receive upcoming notifications. And if you love what you hear, you can donate to the page by Cash Apping me at the word welcome, the number 2, and then HDIITV. Okay. Thank you guys for listening, and we're out. Deezy.